Okay, so announcements. I didn't even write them down. I'm just like gonna spew them out of my butt. Okay, announcement. The peanut gallery over here. Okay, so I'm gonna mute you guys real quick while I do announcements. I love you. I'm sorry. I can do. Okay, so announcements real quick. Thing number one is the Diamond Retreat has been announced. It's going to be in April in Florida. They have booked 3 houses on the beach. If you want the details, you need to go listen to the Misfit Call from Monday night, which you should be doing anyways. So you really, really, really need to be there because you're not going to want to miss out on it. It's going to be absolutely incredible. There's going to be fishing, kayaking, like copious amounts of champagne. It's going to be amazing. It is all you do as far as cost goes. You become Diamond, you pay $100 and you get yourself there. Everything else is paid for. Andrea and Joelle pay for this entire retreat for every Diamond coach on our team. Okay, so you put down $100 deposit and you get your butt to Florida, and that's it. Everything else is completely paid for. Food, drink, room and board, everything is there for you. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to be there, and I cannot wait for you guys to be there. The deadline, I think, is November 6th, and I'm going to double check that because I don't want to give you it's posted on the team page. Oh, okay. So you have to be Diamond and maintain Diamond November 22nd through December 6th. Okay? November 22nd to December 6th. But I know some of you are planning on being Diamond before then, and I think that's wonderful because that will kind of secure your place at the retreat. Because if you can get Diamond now, all you have to do is maintain it. It's much, much easier than trying to wait until the deadline to get Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Diamond is easy, y'all. You remember how easy Emerald was? How you just signed up 2 people? All you have to do is help 2 people go Emerald. That's all Diamond is helping a bunch of people go Emerald. That's all Star Diamond is helping a bunch of people go Emerald. It's super easy. So make sure that you are setting your goals and your intentions towards being at that retreat and becoming and embodying a Diamond coach. Okay, other announcement, Dallas Super Sunday. Tickets are available. I dropped the link in the team page. So if you haven't bought your ticket, make sure you do that. I will drop any other details in the team page. I think everyone on this call, except maybe 1 or 2 people, have bought their ticket for Summit next year. Through July 9th, those tickets are only $130. It's back in Indy. I will be booking our Airbnb shortly. As soon as I have access to that calendar. It's not up yet that far out, but I am considering actually contacting a few Airbnb hosts about those dates before they even become available on the site. So anyhow, I'm going to book the biggest place I can get because I know we're going to have a lot of members of our team there. And I'm going to do everything that I can to get us close to the convention center without having to stay at a hotel because it's just way easier to have an Airbnb. So if you haven't bought your Summit ticket, make sure you do that. If you are, oh, that's just Kristen, never mind. I'm gonna skip over that. One other thing I really wanted to talk about, I can't remember what it was. It'll come to me. All right, so what I wanted to talk about, and you guys can unmute yourselves if you want. I just didn't want any of that to get covered up in the white noise and stuff, was Summit. And I want to talk about how to take the energy of Summit and put it into your business so that you can capture this energy, even if you weren't there, and use it to help build your business. So I would love if Ashley, Kristen, and Becca could share their biggest takeaway. Ashley, do you have notes from Melanie's thing? Okay. then I'm gonna let
Sorry,
Becca.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let Becca and Kristen share their biggest takeaways from Summit, and then I'm gonna have you talk for just a minute. Okay. So Becca, what was your biggest takeaway, love? Make sure you unmute yourself. There we go. I unmuted you.
It's kind of a hard one, honestly.
Well, yeah. Give us a couple.
A hard one to answer just because there was so much.
Or your favorite
Sorry.
thing, or the thing that you took. Like, what? How did you feel leaving Summit?
That whole why not me thing that like everybody kind of talks about, that didn't sink in for me until Summit. Because I'm gonna be real honest. I was kind of assuming I was gonna go to Summit and see like kind of the negative things that still show up in my mind, that like, you know, oh, it's this company that, yeah, I'm sort of kind of working with. And I was almost sure that I was going to see a bunch of people that are already fit, that are already kind of just doing this thing. And there were people that were still in the stages that I'm in, or other stages too, and they were still there doing everything just as much as I was. And so for that, like, it was really encouraging, which is what I've needed. I've been super stuck. And that really kind of just lit my fire, that it was like, hey, no, like, no, you can still do this. And then during like the celebration ceremony, got all emotional. Because the girl that won, her story is like almost identical to mine with a lot of things. And like, everybody.
Can you explain what that was? Like what the challenge was?
I forget. Not everybody. Yeah. So her story, like the main parts of it, is her and her husband have been married for a little while. And she has been wanting, like, her biggest goal really is to be a mom and to have a family. And every doctor that she's been to told her, you know, it's not a good idea. Just her weight was a big issue. They were worried about just all of the health concerns that come when you're already overweight before trying to have a baby, and then, you know, weight gain and all those kind of things. She lost, like, I don't even remember, she lost over 100 pounds and won, like, the grand prize, the $100,000 from Beachbody, and, like, tears are just streaming down my face. Kristen was sitting next to me, grabbed a hold of me, and she's like, that's you next year, by the way. Of course, that just, you know, it happened even more after that. But, like, honestly, I think the biggest takeaway is just the community. Like, I knew that we had a really tight-knit community because of our team and because of how, like, much we get into things weekly, and then the texting and the phone calls and, you know, whatever else. And then, like, our bigger team, you know, Misfit Republic, like, I knew that everybody was, like, super active on Facebook, but I didn't realize, like, I still had some doubts about just how genuine people were, because it's real easy to sit on the other side of the computer and do all these calls and do all these posts and all this stuff, and then, like, meeting somebody in real life and it could be a totally different thing. Like, yeah, it's real easy to do all that. Everybody was just as genuine, if not more so, in person than they were online. Like, meeting Andrea, I was totally fangirling, like, the whole time, and she knew it. And I told her, I was like, I'm not sorry. It just, you know, in my head, and seeing her online, she's like a celebrity. And then I meet her in real life and talking to me like she knew exactly who I was. And just, you know, so the community of it really, which is what I've needed forever, has just been huge. And it's just as genuine, and, like, it moved me to tears almost every night, because I just couldn't believe that I had finally found a place where it wasn't my size or the way that I looked that determined whether or not I fit in. And that's been a really big thing, like, my whole life. So, yeah.
And, like, everywhere we went, anytime we did a workout, Becca had, like, a huge fan club cheering her on. Everybody wanted to be with Becca.
Take a picture with me.
Becca! We couldn't go anywhere. They all wanted to be with you.
All those 5 a.m. workout groups.
So, Becca, my question is, do you feel like you have a different understanding of what Beachbody is and what you're a part of now that you've gone to Summit?
Yes, because this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but like now it's not just that company that you see all those infomercials for at like 2 a.m. when making bad choices, stuffing your face with ice cream and everything else. No, like I legitimately feel a part of that company and my struggles and everything I go through. I'm not by myself. I'm not like I don't have to do this by myself. In my whole life, it's always been shame and all of this, just all this negativity that goes with that, and it doesn't have to be that way. Like I have some really bomb ass babes by my side, helping hold me accountable, checking on me, and loving on me when it needs to happen. Ashley and Kristen did that one night. Everybody else was out, and I had kind of a total meltdown. Not intended, but it happened. And the support, I mean, I've never, that was another thing I told my husband, like, I have never been surrounded by that many females and there not be any kind of drama, at least none that I knew about, where people weren't like bitching at each other and being ugly. Like the amount of support and love is insane. And I wish, it's not that I wish, I want everyone to experience that because everyone deserves that, but you've got to be open to it.
Thank you for sharing. I'll cry later. That's how I process stuff.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Ashley's like,
Like all things are stressful anyway. And I was like, I just need some girls, which I've never thought in my entire life. So I was like, oh, Becca, I was already on tears again. So anyway, sorry.
all right, Kristen.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'll like piggyback on what Becca said. I don't know if it's like being a band director in our background, and it's just so competitive, and like everybody is always like, I want to do well, but I want to beat you. And so, and just in general, I've always it's been hard to get along with women. And I feel like this was a healing, Ashley and I were talking about, this was a healing experience. Like everybody was so sweet and genuine, and everybody really there was about like, I want you to do better. I want you to, I want you to succeed. I want you to do it, which was a really, really healing, really positive experience. And I really enjoyed it. Also, I'm just a very, what's the word? Like experience oriented person. I want to be in it, in the thick of it, and feel it. And so being there with all the coaches and the trainers just allowed everything to click. Because what we have is amazing. We have such good books, and seeing that and seeing everybody's stories, it took my fear of environmental products away. I'm like, I have no problem inviting you. You either would like to join us or you're not interested right now. But what we sell is good, and it changes lives, and it makes people healthier. And so, if you're nervous about that, don't be. It's just such a worthwhile product. And then the second thing, learning how to market and Instagram on all the social media, like it was just so educational. I learned so much in just such a tiny time. And like the teacher in me, they like repeated everything multiple times. So you stuck in your head. Was it 13 repetitions or something like that? I loved it. It was fun. So I'm really excited about Super Saturday. So like if you haven't been to a group or an event with all of us yet, you definitely need to go because it will change your outlook on everything.
I love that. I'm just like getting all the feels over here. Yeah. Kristen goes, I was like, yeah, I'm getting the feels.
I'm just like, I need to move.
I need whatever it is y'all are drinking tonight. Cause
water.
Okay, well, I'm on water too.
I'm on my bunnies, babe.
I'm riding the full moon vibes. No, okay. Ashley, ready, go. I'm listening. I'm going to close all the blinds. It's getting dark and everyone can see.
Oh, that's okay. So hold on just 1 second. I took notes on Melanie Mitro and the last couple of clinics. Because I actually typed them up too. So let me pull that up really fast so it's easier. World's slowest computer. Okay, I'm going to talk about my experience first, and then I'll tell you about Melanie Mitro and the last couple clinics. So I kind of want to just say the same things as Becca and Kristen in that, like I have always been a really more masculine girl and you know, spent most of my time with guys. And so not really getting along with girls or only with girls who don't like girls. And I know that sounds, I mean, maybe that's not how everybody feels, but I think that there's several of us in our room, in our house that did feel that way. And like they said, this was a really healing experience because usually I have nothing in common with other girls. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't like to shop necessarily. I like to look good, but I don't like to do all of those things. And so, so it was just really nice to connect with people and have that genuine, we care about you and what your life is like, and not just about fitness and health, but really we just love you, and finding a loving experience like that. So I had a blast in the house and I learned a lot, and everybody you ran into, whether they were on your team or not, was like that. Like I ran into people I didn't know and we had a conversation and it was like, oh my God, I'm Jessica Johnson who's on Misfits, but not on our team. I ran into her. I thought she was a superstar. I thought she was just like everything on Facebook because she is. And she was a totally normal human being and not super intimidating at all. Same thing with Andrea. So it was just a really good experience. Some of the things that I really learned that I've heard before, but I didn't really put it into my mind really well, is that like the whole idea that this is not our opportunity to share with people, and that it's our responsibility. And the things that this company has done for me personally in the last year is worth sharing with everybody because they deserve to feel as good as I feel. And that that kept getting driven home with me this time. It's like, it's amazing what this company can do for you. And it's not just because they want to make money off of you. It's because their goals, and they said this the whole time, was our goals is to have way healthier people. We want to fight obesity in America. Like politicians can't do that, but Beachbody can. So I loved that. And then I felt like, okay, no, I really owe it to the people that I know that are dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with, that they deserve to feel this good too. And so like we were talking about Shakeology the same way. I love Shakeology and I don't really rave about it as much because I feel like, oh, it is expensive. But then we went through this whole big training on how awesome Shakeology is and how, like, yes, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as McDonald's, and you feel like shit when you're on McDonald's. But when you're on Shakeology, you feel like amazing. And so that those kind of things were driven home the whole time because it's all stuff I've heard before, but I just didn't take it to heart. So anyway, yeah, it was incredible. Go ahead. Sorry, I talk a lot.
Go. You're fine. You're fine. Go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead first.
I was just gonna ask, can you, when you share, can you just do the Melanie Mitro thing, and then will you send me the other notes?
Yeah, I can post everything on the page. Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah, if you can give us a quick synopsis of the Melanie thing after you finish sharing your part.
Yeah. But yeah, and I knew I wanted to build it as a business and that I wanted to create it that way. But now I've got some extra tools in my toolkit that I can do that with. And oh my gosh, I'm not very good at Instagram, but these girls, not even in the training, like everybody was like, no, give me your phone. Let me fix it for you. Let me make it better. So if you don't watch my Instagram, I'm progressively getting better. I swear I am. So watch me and see if I do good. And if I don't, seriously text me and say, that was crap. Take it down, just like Hannah did today. And it was like way better. So please help. I need all the help I can get, but I love it. Sorry.
Also, Ashley, can you, shit, I was going to ask you were just talking about Instagram, but what were you saying right before that?
Coaching and how I wanted to build it as a business and how to do that.
Oh, tell everyone what you're doing next month.
I'm going to go diamond next month. I am going to do it.
How are you going to go diamond?
I am asking everybody, and I'm selling it on the same things we're talking about right here, that the community that this builds is too valuable for you to pass up. And it's not even just about health and wellness of your body, but it's about your mind and your community and having a group of girls that you just have to be a part of. Y'all are my life.
What group are you in?
What do you mean, what group am I in?
What did you sign up for?
I'm in Joel's group. I'm in this exclusive test group. I'm so excited. That's not what you mean at all.
Josh Coates?
Yes, that's the other way I'm going to kill it. Like, I am so excited about being in that group. Sorry, I'm a little bit, Captain America asked me to be in his group today. Sorry. Anyway, yes, I'm in the Josh Coates group, and I'm super excited / nervous. I just got all the emails about it today that it's starting on Monday. So I'm actually in the group, but I can't do anything yet. But yeah.
If you don't know who Josh Coates is, you need to search him on Facebook.
Yay. I'm super excited.
Awesome. All right, give us like a 2 or 3 minute synopsis of Melanie Mitro.
Okay, Melanie Mitro, sorry. Hers was mostly about
So hold on. Melanie Mitro is the top coach. She's been the top coach in Beachbody for 4 years. She made $3.5 million doing Beachbody last year.
She's insane, but awesome. She's fantastic. A lot of what she talked about was about family and about building this business to fit your life. So what she talked about was create a stubborn vision for success. So like, that you have a goal, and whatever that goal is, you are stubborn about it and you hold yourself accountable to it, and you make sure that the things that you're doing align with that vision for success. And she talked about how you need to see the vision down the line and not just like in a month. So like in a month, you might want to add 1 person, but you know that 5 years from now, you want to be Melanie Mitro. You know what I mean? Like those are the goals, but avoid being the wrecking ball. She said when she started the company, she was super obsessed, and it was the only thing she could think about. And her husband had to tell her, look, it's to the point where your sons need a mom and your husband needs a wife. And so she had to kind of learn to be a mom and run a business. And so she talked about finding your balance and what works for your life. If that means, you do it early in the morning while everybody is asleep, or you front load and do everything at the beginning of the week and do all your follow-ups, or however you need to do it to make it work for you. Focus on the process, not just the destination. Choose to be a student. Poll your challengers so you're a really good challenge group leader, so people get a lot of value out of you when you're not their when they're not coaches. So they don't just get it when they're your workers, but they're also when they're just your customers. Make sure you're doing professional development. Oh my gosh, everybody said that, and you say you do it, but you don't really do it. You need to do it because it really is the best. Read Personality Plus. I'll post this in the thing so y'all can see. I don't know the author of that. Refine your vision to be less I and more we and you. So you're focusing on your challengers and your coaches, and how as a group we're doing this. I feel like all of us are kind of on this track now. We're already talking like that.
I feel like there was a huge shift after going into Summit, like the 3 days like leading up to it. I felt a huge shift in like from what I wanted to what I wanted for you guys instead. And I don't know if you guys are feeling that way, and like maybe wanting that for your challengers or wanting that for us as a team, but I definitely feel that, and that's something I don't want to let go of. I want us to be focused on each other, because when we're focused on helping the other people drive towards their goals, then we are then in turn like motivated to drive towards our own goals. So I just I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but this is like huge for me. I was talking to my life coach, who this is my last week with her, and I'm so sad. I was talking to my life coach, and she was like, what do you want to get out of Summit? Like, what do you want from this experience? I said, I don't care what I walk away with. I care about what my coaches walk away with. I said, I don't need more belief. It turns out I did need more belief because I got that. And I don't need another way to like grow my Instagram or how to post to social media. Like I can do a lot of that stuff, but what I want is for my coaches to walk away with all of those things that they need. So I feel like I really got that. Like you really got that. So Anyway, sorry, continue. I felt that shift too.
Yeah. Most of the things we will do will not work the very first time. And that was something that we were talking about with the 13 times that people need to hear it. We were talking about that even before Summit, in that you need to say the same story over and over again. People need to hear that you're feeling awesome with what you're doing. People need to hear that this is a community over and over again, because they might see it and not really believe it the first time or the 10th time or whatever. They just need to see it a bunch of times. Reflect and refine until it's right. So don't be afraid that the first time you said something wrong and then you just give up on that person, or you give up on that way you're doing things. You just need to keep refining it. Interview and watch people and ask loads of questions, which Melanie Mitro lets you get on her website and do all of her training, which I'm going to be doing on my own. So it's not just about Andrea's training or whatever's training. It's everybody wants, even the top coaches want the bottom coaches that aren't even in their group at all to succeed. That was just incredible to me. Like, you're not on my team. you have no connection to me, but you want me to do well too. And that was incredible. And she said that a lot. She said it's not about the accolades, although it was probably pretty great being on stage as the best coach, the top coach for the 4th time. But the person you become in the process and the legacy you leave behind refines you into incredible human beings. She was very inspirational, so it was hard to take a lot of notes about how inspirational she was, because the stuff she was saying was just, like wave after wave of awesome. But those are the big ones that she left me with, was the legacy and the accolades one. So it wasn't very long, but it was very awesome. So anyway.
Thank you for sharing. And that is one of the other things that I really walked away with from this summit was I was telling this on the mentor call today, was I have heard the phrase, like, you have to believe in yourself. And I was like, duh, of course, check. I believe in myself. I can do this. But it wasn't until I was there. And I went to Summit last year, but I was just like a baby. Like, you know, when you go to TMEA and like the first time you're like, ah! And the second time you're like, oh, I actually learned stuff. That's how Summit is. Like, you're just like overwhelmed and like you feel the feels and all of that stuff. And then the second time around, you're like, oh, I actually like get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sinks to a deeper level. And so I really did walk away going, oh my gosh, I really feel like I feel so connected to being, Star Diamond, or so connected to having 20 coaches here next year. I just it really reignites that ability to see yourself in that role. So this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take this energy, because I hope even if you weren't at Summit, you can kind of feel some of the energy of it, especially like having watched our stories, or even just being on this call together, or being on the Misfit call where they talked about it. We're going to write a letter of intention to ourselves, and we're not going to do it right now, and I'm going to drop the template in the group. But we're going to write a letter of intentment to ourselves, a promise letter, if you will, to ourselves. And I want you to put it wherever it is you do your Beachbody work. So if you want to put it on your vision board, if you want to put it on your fridge, if you want to put it on your whiteboard, if you want to tape it to your computer, if you want to glue it to the lamp next to your bed, whatever you want, it goes there, and you read it to yourself every single day before you work, or when you're like, I really want to work, but I can't get my pink cloud, or anything like that. Okay. I did this with my challengers a couple challenge groups ago, and it was the best challenge group I've ever had. I had people with the best results. I had so many people, like, the energy was insane behind all of it. And so what we're going to do is write a promise letter to ourselves. So it's going to basically say like what you are in the future, because we talk about law of attraction, we talk about manifestation and all of those things. We're going to write this letter as though we are already that person. Okay. And then we're going to go back and revisit. So for example, mine is going to say, and I'm having a really hard time deciding on a goal, because I felt really good about 5-star by next summit, but I keep feeling a really, really, really strong pull towards 15. And I don't know, like, that makes me nauseous, but it also makes me excited. So I'm just leaving it at 5. And if a 1 magically appears in front of the 5 to make it 15, then I'll just let it happen. But so mine's going to say, like, I'm Hannah Walker. I'm a 5-star diamond, and I'm walking across the stage with a handful of other women that are being recognized as 5-star diamonds. I'm wearing a kick-ass bright red dress. It's floor length, and I got someone to do my makeup professionally, because ain't no way I'm walking across that stage in my own makeup. Okay. I am speaking at the power of I am, because the growth that I've had between now and where I was a year ago is something that I am divinely drawn to teach. So I haven't written the whole thing. This is just like flowing through me right now. Then I'm going to bring it back to, here's how I became a 5-star diamond. I invited every day. I shared a story almost every day. I became a product. I'm going to write all the steps that I took to be a 5-star diamond because I'm already a 5-star diamond. I don't know about you. Okay. What are you trying to embody right now? Ashley, you better not write diamond because you won't be diamond at Summit next year. Okay. So I want you to find that goal. And if it's not a rank, it's not a rank. It doesn't have to be a rank. It can be, I weigh 120 pounds, and this is the best I've ever felt in my entire life. It can be, man, I bring in $1,500 a month and that pays our rent. It can be whatever. And the important thing is that you set a date to it as well. It doesn't have to be Summit next year. It can be December. It can be November 22nd because that's the diamond goal. It can be any of those things. And if you want help setting a goal, I need you to just sign up for a clarity call on my Calendly. Okay, please look that up in the team page. So you're going to write the letter as though you are already becoming, and you're going to talk about how you got there because you're already there. Okay, this is how we take the energy of Summit. We capture what we want for ourselves because Summit is all about hope. It is all about why not me? It is all about like, I'm already doing this. I'm already becoming this. I can do anything that I want, and I want to be on that stage, or I want to make X amount of dollars, or I want to lose X amount of weight, or I want to connect with X amount of people and bring them onto my team. It's all about that. It is, that's what you should take from this is vision and belief. And that's what we're going to create and put down on paper for ourselves so that we don't lose sight of that vision. Okay. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Oh, one more thing. Take the energy that you have and do something with it. Don't wait for it to be right. Okay. I don't care how many times you screw it up, just do something. Don't not do anything. Okay? You have to move your asses. You have to move your asses. You have to take messy action. You have to do those things. Like today I went live in that Snoop group and I was a hot mess because I couldn't figure anything out. And Andrea told me to go have sex, so I did. And I was like running late and like it was a disaster. But I know that somebody in that group needed to hear that. And that is the kind of action that I'm talking about. Taking the action even when not every circumstance is correct. Taking the action even when you don't know how you're going to move them on to the next step after that. You'll freaking figure it out later. But take the action, send the message, send the invite, post the thing, share the story, do the workout. Just do the thing. You don't have to know what comes next. Just do something. Okay. Said my piece now. I've just felt really strongly about that lately because that's what I needed. It's like paralyzed by perfectionism.
Can I say something really quick that's on that same ring? So like I took all those months off where I wasn't doing anything, and now I'm going back and talking to those people I was talking right before, and now they're with other coaches. Like they signed up, I set those seeds, and they're with other coaches. So I have to be happy for those people because they're doing it. They're doing exactly what I asked them to do, just not with me. So don't stop, and don't set the seeds for other coaches. That's awesome that they're doing it, but like don't let somebody else reap your harvest, right? Like you did the work, just keep at it. Don't think because somebody said no once that it means no. They don't mean no. They just mean not right now. Or maybe when you give up, I'll sign up with someone else. But no, that's not what they mean.
They mean I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. Thank you for adding that. Anybody else want to share anything? I'm on Andrea's Zoom, so I have unlimited time.
That's awesome.
Anyone else? No?
I can't wait to see y'all in a couple weeks. Oh my God, I need y'all again.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited.
Yup. Wait, Kristen, are you coming to Dallas too?
I am. I'm going to be in a car again. Yay!
I'm so sorry for you. I am.
Lose your mind.
When I can afford a jet, I'll just fly you around everywhere.
Sounds good.
Becca, love, we got room for one more if you want to come with us. If you're not
say that again.
We got room for one more in my car. If you want to come with us, I'm going from Austin to Dallas on Saturday and then coming back on Sunday if you want to come. No pressure,
Okay.
but I got room for one.
No, I'm glad that you said that. I'm working it out with my mom because I may be staying with her to help her clean a big house, but I told her that I need to be